Best rice farming practices strategy number 2 is nursery management and transplanting. This is the foundation of SRI success, creating optimal conditions for young seedlings. Success in SRI begins not in the main field, but in the nursery where you raise seedlings. Because transplanting healthy, vigorous young seedlings sets the trajectory for your entire crops. Conventional nurseries often involve broadcasting seeds densely in small areas, creating severe competition even during the nursery phase. Using intensive water, creating weak and elongated seedlings with limited root development, and allowing seedlings to become over-rigged before transplanting. SRI nursery management focuses on creating conditions producing stocky, vigorous seedlings with robust root systems ready to explode with growth after transplanting. Begin by selecting a nursery site with excellent soil quality, convenient water access, and protection from livestock and wild animals. The nursery area required is minimal because SRI uses between 80 to 90% less seed than conventional methods. For 1 hectare of main field, you need approximately 10 square meters, that is 100 square feet of nursery space for 10 kilograms of seed, compared to more than 100 square meters needed for conventional, which requires between 60 to 80 kilogram seedling rates. Prepare nursery beds by incorporating 2 to 3 inches of compost or well-decomposed manure, creating rich, friable soil that is ideal for rapid seedling establishment. From foam-raised beds 1 meter wide and whatever length needed, elevated 4 to 6 inches above surrounding path, ensuring good drainage. Level beds carefully, creating uniform surfaces that allow even water distribution without padding. Treat seeds before sowing by soaking cleaned seeds in water for 24 hours, then drain and allowing them to incubate in moist conditions for another 24 to 36 hours until most seeds show the tiny white radicle, which are the emerging roots, just beginning to sprout. This pre-germination ensures rapid uniform emergence of the seedlings. Sow pre-germinated seeds in rows across the nursery bed, spacing rows between 3 to 4 inches apart, placing seeds approximately 1 inch apart within the rows, covering slightly with fine soil, then keeping the seedbed moist, not flooded, through gentle watering 2 to 3 times daily as needed. This yields approximately 500 to 800 seedlings per square meter, providing ample seedlings for 1 hectare with 10 square meters of nursery, demonstrating the dramatic seed savings compared to conventional methods. Let's look at the critical transplanting processes, that is precision, which determines the results. Transplanting represents the single most important operation determining SRI success, and it requires precision, care, and attention to detail that may seem excessive initially, but becomes routine with practice and dramatically affects your results. The timing of transplanting is critical. Transplant seedlings at 8 to 12 days after sowing, when seedlings have just 2 leaves visible. The third leaf is emerging, but not fully expanded. At this stage, seedlings are 6 to 8 inches tall, with the compact, vigorous appearance and well-developed root system relative to shoot size. Transplanting younger than 8 days is difficult because seedlings are too small and fragile. Transplanting older than 15 days increasingly resembles conventional methods with diminishing SRI benefits. The exact timing within the 8 to 12 day window isn't critical. You have reasonable flexibility, but try to transplant at the younger end if possible for maximum benefit. Plan your transplanting to occur within 15 to 30 minutes after removing seedlings from the nursery, because extended period between lifting and transplanting cause root drying and stress reduction and stress reducing, which will reduce establishment success. This means coordinating your transplanting crew and preparing fields to be ready when you begin lifting seeds. Remove seedlings from the nursery with extreme care, treating them as delicate living organisms rather than mere planting materials. Water nursery bed thoroughly 2 to 3 hours before lifting, allowing soil to be moist but not waterlogged. Care for the lift seedlings using a small trowel or spatula, taking care to preserve the entire root system with soil attached. Never pull seedlings up by their leaves, which causes root damage. Immediately place lifted seedlings in a shallow basket or a tray with a thin layer of water covering roots, preventing desiccation. Keep seedlings shaded and cool during transport to the main field, and plan to complete transplanting within 30 minutes of lifting the first seedlings. In the prepared main field, which should be level, saturated with moisture but not flooded, and recently paddled, if that is your practice, though not paddled transplanting works excellently in well-prepared soil. Mark planting positions using a simple marking tool, rotary marker, ropes with markings, or simple template, creating a grid pattern with 25 by 25 centimeter space or 10 by 10 inches space. In square patterns, this spacing can be adjusted from 20 by 20 centimeters for varying fertile conditions to 30 by 30 centimeters for less fertile soil conditions. But 25 by 25 centimeter works excellently under most conditions and is the standard recommendation. At each marked position, transplant a single seedling, handling it gently by its leaves, making a hole with your finger or simple depot stick 1 to 2 centimeter deep. Inserting the seedling's roots with minimal bending or curling, and farming soil around the roots while ensuring the growing point where new leaves emerge remains above the soil surface. The seedling should be placed shallowly, just deep enough to keep it upright, rather than buried deeply as in conventional transplanting. This entire practice may sound time-consuming and initially it does requires more time than broadcasting or random transplanting. But experienced workers can transplant between 200 to 250 seedlings per hour, achieving the 3,000 to 400 plants per day. And remember, you are transplanting 4,000 plants per 100 square meters. That is 40,000 per hectare, compared to 1,000 to 1,500 plants per 100 square meters in conventional transplanting. So total transplanting labor is often similar or less. The precision in spacing may seem obsessive, but it is this uniformity that allows every plant to access optimal resources and produce maximum yields. Within 3 to 5 days, properly transplanted young seedlings begin producing new leaves, indicating successful establishments. And within 15 to 20 days, the dramatic visual difference between SRI fields with vigorous deep green plants actively tillering and conventional fields with the plants still recovering from transplant shocks becomes obvious to any observer. Best rice farming practices strategy number 3. This is water management, the game-changing practice.